Thanks for joining us here on the Bearcats Sports Network. Time to talk to McKendree football coach Mike Babcock. And Coach, first things first, let's go ahead and talk about last Saturday's game at Lincoln University. It was a game the Bearcats started their fourth different quarterback of the season. Reese Metcalf, you say next man up when there's an injury, and Reese certainly was the next man up on Saturday. We'll talk about his performance in a second, but a 55-3 victory for McKendree, another total team effort, much like the previous week against Missouri S&T. You had to be pleased with the overall effort.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, when you get a win on the road is really the big thing. And that was a big message I had for these guys is being able to win on the road. If you want to be a top-notch program, you've got to be able to win on the road. And so I felt that all three phases I thought did a great job. We were able to move the ball offensively. We were able to come away with a couple takeaways defensively. Steve O'Block on special teams was another solid performance. So again, overall great job this last week.
We touched on Reese. He got the start on Saturday against Lincoln. 20 of 23 through the air. He completed his first 10 passes. The Bearcats' first 300-yard passer of the season. He goes for 338 yards and really looked comfortable running the McKendree offense in a season-high 556 yards.
Yeah, Reese is always a solid guy, and it's nice that he was able to finally come into his own and be able to, have his chance. And he's one of those guys that's never too high or never too low. He's just pretty much even keel in everything he does. And but overall, he does a really nice job, and that's what you saw on Saturday. I mean, at halftime, I think he was like 11 of 12, and I was kind of shocked because it's kind of just what he does, just kind of does the right thing, does it over and over again. So definitely excited for him, especially the type of day he had, just making the right reads, making good decisions, having a nice touch on his ball, and some receivers made some very big plays. Especially down the field, which we really haven't had a lot this year, but definitely the big play-making ability. And again, offensively, I thought we were able to roll with it.
Another guy whose name we've just recently touched on in the last few weeks, Preston Thompson, a career-high 150 yards, 3 scores on the ground, and that's a guy that can make things go when he touches that football.
Yeah, Preston's done a real nice job, especially coming in for an injured Cheyenne Edwards. He's basically that workhorse, and as you had said it before, and kind of the motto is, hey, next man up, and Preston's done a nice job with that, of really kind of grinding it out on the ground, being able to get 4, 5, 6 yards of carry, as we kind of continue to push through. So, again, he's done a nice job for us on the ground.
Second straight week, the McKendree defense allows its opponents a season low in yardage, 168, only gained by Lincoln on Saturday. 4 sacks all in the first half, a couple more takeaways, 4 in the game. Just another swarming all-around effort from the defense.
Yeah, I thought overall there wasn't one particular guy that did great. I felt like it was, a lot of guys. When you look around it, a lot of the sacks came from different D linemen. AJ Wentland had a tremendous day. But then also having a fumble recovery in the end zone for Derek Curry, having an interception return for a touchdown by Mike Tucker. Again, some other guys and some key backups were able to get a lot of playing time this game and get that game experience, and was able to come away with some great plays.
You touched on those 2 defensive scores, which came in the fourth quarter. Guys that normally don't get a whole lot of reps when they're on the field, but like you said, Derek Curry with a fumble recovery in the end zone, Michael Tucker a 40-yard pick 6. This is a defense that's been opportunistic all year. When they've had a takeaway, they've been able to either get points on the board themselves or let the offense work with a short field.
We always want to have fun with it. It's fun getting turnovers. It's fun getting fumbles and interceptions. And so if I can get the defense just flying around and being able to be in the right spot at the right time, good things happen. And just for them to kind of have that loose, fun, playing fast feeling, that's really what I want to get out of them. And they're having fun, and they're coming into their own a little bit. So these next 2 games I really think are going to really set us up to say, hey, are we a team that can play some great opponents and be able to still play at a high level?
6-3 now for McKendree overall. More importantly, 4-2 in the GLVC, sitting alone in 3rd place in the conference standings, and a team that is chasing McKendree. Quincy University is the opponent on Saturday. The in-state rivalry with the Hawks. It's a game that always seems to be tightly contested. I know the Hawks have a really solid offense, some good skill position players. To go ahead and preview the Hawks for us.
I think Quincy is a very solid team. I think they're coached extremely well. Starting on the offense, I think they're big up front. They like to pound you with their running backs and with their O-line, be able to be physical. They want to be the most physical team in the conference. I think they've got some great running backs. Right now it's been a mix. I think we might see one or two running backs, this Saturday that are going to be the kind of the main guys, but the big guy I feel like that they've got is their wide receiver Eric Poindexter. I think he's a tremendous athlete, not just a great athlete, he's a playmaker. I mean, last week he had over 200 yards receiving on just six catches. I mean, that's over 40 yards a catch. And so any guy that has 1,100 yards receiving, and we're not even at game 10 yet, is pretty remarkable. So they've got a great quarterback that can get it to him. He can run around as well, so they like to run him too. So I think offensively this will be a great test for our defense to see, can we handle the run, can we stop them, and can we get off the field. That was one of the things that was hard for us last year when we played them, was getting off the field on third down. So obviously a big emphasis for us this week. Defensively, they're all over the place. Front-wise, they're sometimes 3 down, they're sometimes 4 down, but they fly to the football. They want to be physical. They play man-to-man in the back half and some zone coverage, so our quarterbacks have to be on point of recognizing it. And at the end of the day, our receivers need to play catch. Our line needs to block up front. Our running backs need to run hard and need to find a way to score some points.
These are two teams that are fighting to have solid finishes to the end of the 2016 season as Quincy comes in 5-4 on the year. Like we said, just beyond the Bearcats, 3-3 in the league. This is a team, though, Quincy University, that traditionally, throughout the years, no matter what level it's been or what the records have been, has always played McKendree tough at home. The Bearcats have dropped a few contests there. 2 years ago, it was a game McKendree looked like they were in control. Quincy comes back, makes it 28-21, and then the Bearcats get a big defensive stand at the end. Are you expecting more of the same this year?
I hope not. I hope we can. I hope we can have those easy games. Those are fun for coaches, but no. In all reality, I know it's going to be a tough game. They're going to come in fired up to play us. My hope is that our guys are match that intensity and then can hopefully not only overcome it but definitely beat it as well. And it's kind of that in-state deal. Most of the players on our team come from the state of Illinois. They want to be able to go back home and say, hey, we're one of the best, if not the best, Division II team in the state of Illinois, and that's what's on the line this week. And so I know they'll be excited. I know our guys will be excited. It'll be a tough game. I mean, they play hard. They're coached very well. Again, I think it'll be a great matchup on Saturday.
It's also the final road game of the season. The Bearcats getting their first road victory of the year this past Saturday at Lincoln, and I'm sure you want that momentum to continue going into Saturday.
Absolutely. I said before, if we want to be a championship program, we've got to win on the road. So it doesn't matter who we're playing, doesn't matter the score. I want to be able to play or have our best execution when we're on the road as opposed to just doing it at home. So right now we got our first road win this last week. Need to continue that, treat it like a business trip, go up there, we've got a job to do, find a way to get the win and come on home.
Coach, good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate it.
Joe Zidlow will join us for the call of the McKendree-Quincy game live on the Bearcat Sports Network pregame show at 12:45 with the kickoff set for 1 p.m. at QU Stadium.